All right, folks, welcome to another league with this experiment list. We made a couple changes since the previous one, so we added a second copy of Omnath in place of the second copy of Scapeshift, and I also cut the lightning bolts for Path to Exiles. Another change that I made is I added another stomping ground in place of the Overgrown Tomb. Sure, like the Valky, hard cast could come up, but it feels like it's just not worth it, and I'd rather have the 11th mountain to naturally trigger Valakut, which did happen a couple of occasions, and which Reclaimer makes makes very, very possible to do. So that seemed worth it to me. As far as the sideboard, we switched the Gaia's Blessing for Kozilek, and then we added Rip Apart in place of the second Celestial Purge. We're gonna see how this one goes, but yeah, I'm liking this deck a lot. So I'm probably gonna be working on this for the next couple of days. Hopefully, I'll see you there. All right, this is round number 1. Well, this hand doesn't work. This one does. So let's keep this. Let's bottom the Scapeshift. We're gonna go turn 1 Triumph, and we're gonna be looking for. We really want to draw fetch land. Fetch land would be great. However, Reclaimers felt worth a weaker mana base. I want to say yes. Well, that thing is dead. I want to. I was just looking at Dom Harvey's list, and he was just not playing Reclaimer at all, and that's definitely a possible approach as well. But like Reclaimer can just win the game on its own, which is something that none of the other cards that Dom was playing really allow you to do. So, like the upside is definitely there, and we did have that experience where I was just playing against an opponent and. Like, they just did not answer my Reclaimer on turn 1, and I very, very easily won from there. So what can I draw here? I guess I'm going to play the tapped Temple Garden. And next turn we can cycle Triumph. With Reclaimer, I don't think you need all 4. Without Reclaimer, you want to see it to make your Dryads better more often, I think. I still don't think you want 4. Like 4 is just way too many. 4, it really is an outrageous amount of Valakuts. Quick little ping there. And I guess we're just gonna play a land, and like I guess I'm not pathing this. Yeah, I should have played it. I should have played the top land instead. Bold versus Back to Exile coming up once again, right? Path Bold would be so much better right now. BTL. Whoops. We're gonna cycle in response to get another look at the top card. Maybe we draw a card. Yep. I don't think I'm pathing. Now that I have infinite Bring to Lights, I think I'm just gonna. Just get a basic island. Just gonna Wrath. And now we're just gonna Omnath, I think. Omnath into fetch land should be enough to close this game. In fact, we can bring to light again. I might just bring to light in again. Or am I just gaining life? Guess my opponent doesn't want to let me find out what the right line is. So these look good. That one looks very good too. And Madcap Empyrean. Anything else? No. Well, the paths looked very, very bad there. The fairies are also gonna probably look very bad. I'm just cutting the paths. Will, how's it going, man? Welcome everybody from Will's stream. We are trying out this this new hotness that is this Reclaimer shell. So far it's been okay. Feels like there's a lot of work to be done with it though. So we're trying to put in the work. Hopefully get value from that. How was your stream, man? Four Flaxens for Reclaimer. A good start. I think you mean the best start. Oh, that's interesting. That is very interesting. Is my opponent a one-lander again? Oh. I was not expecting that card. It's very good though. You're replacing me as the Titan King? Good to know. Good to know that somebody's taking the throne. I guess I should have played the Rogging Triumph there. It's probably just fine. We're gonna go Stomping Ground and Anger here. It's gonna be a lot of damage though. Destroying infinite lands. Jeez. Yeah, we probably have to draw Omnath right now. Although the mistake that I made of fetching this instead of the other Triumph is coming back to bite me here. I mean, I guess if they have nothing. God damn it. So I guess if they have literally nothing, and by nothing I mean they have like another... that's a hasty creature, so we're dead. Wow. That was a lot of lands. That was a lot of lands that we drew there. Stalin's Think of the Follow. I still think I like this sideboarding. Okay. I think I like this. Gonna lead on Triumph because we're gonna need the second red source because of anger and stuff. So we're gonna go Triumph, Flagstone's Fetch. We should be good from there. I guess I should not play around Blood Moon. I could if I wanted to, but it seems... I guess I couldn't. Never mind, I could not play around Blood Moon. So I guess I shouldn't. Hopefully they don't have the other one drop. The one that doesn't let my tokens block. Turn to 7 damage is a lot. We reveal a verdict. White, white, blue. Yeah, let's do that one, I guess. I guess I want to fetch for basic planes. Again, playing around Blood Moon, mostly because I feel like we can afford to. Got a nice little Wrath there. Okay, that is fine. So now we're gonna get to Timely. Yeah, no, that's pretty good. So and next turn we get to BTL for Omnath, and that should lock it up. They want to bold one of the tokens, that's fine. But I don't want them to be able to light up the stage here. Blue, red. And Omnath just wins. Sweet. 1-0, baby. I guess. White, white, blue. So, Misty, fetch basic forest. Turn 1 Reclaimer. If we untap with Reclaimer, we get to play the island and we get to go from there. If we don't, we have a path towards Supreme Verdict. Oh, it's Burn. No Searing Blaze. Please and thank you. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I'll take that every day. I doubt they run Blood Moon. You mean the previous matchup? I've seen it before. I have definitely seen it before. Okay, so I was gonna path, but now that my opponent is gonna play a second Goblin Guide, I'm just gonna take 4 here, which I'm gonna be taking the exact same amount of. But now I get to Verdict, so I have white, white, and blue, and we don't take any damage from the Eidolon, and we don't give my opponent land. Like, Path to Exile has been horrible so far. Path has been awful. Okay, so we're gonna Teferi minus on the Eidolon. It's basically time walks my opponent and allows me to play the tapped Steam Vents or the Valakut. Sure, let's play the Valakut. And now when I untap, I get to BTL for Omnath, and that should probably lock it up. This card is no joke. Yep. Why the hell did Lurrus gonna be the same as Lurrus was bad post nerf for like a year? I don't know. Lurrus always seemed busted to me, but you know, I'm not a burn player, so I don't know. I don't know what they're weighing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why they think that that is the case, like that the card was bad. It always felt pretty good to me. Feels like cutting bulky is definitely a possibility here. Madcap's Shift Verdict. The Fairy is bad, but probably it's better than bulky. And then we have a bunch of removal. No, this is something that I added for this league. I saw... I saw Will, that's ex-Whale, who was messing around with the deck yesterday, and I saw that he was playing... a list with... he was playing a list with that, so I wanted to give it a shot. People just love bad deck building to look clever. That's a statement. Yo, common sense, how's it going? Purge, so much better than Path there. Rolling Vortex. Any untap land would be great. And I feel like I could have played the tapped Stomping Ground there and just try to... Oh, they took 5 from the Rift Duel. That's hilarious, but I'm just dead. We're 1 minute short. We're 1 land short. Oh, but we can get double Valakut. Yeah. We can get double Valakut. Oh, this... That's right. You may cast that without paying its mana cost. No! Well, that's gross. So I guess it's not even an option. It's not even an option. Wow, Rolling Vortex, it's a beating against us. Whew! All right. All right. I love the draft content. I know no one watches, but wondering how much for a sub do you want to do more draft leaks? What do you mean how much of a sub? I imagine you mean dono. And if that's the case, just like a normal one. Just like 15 like I usually do. We can definitely make that happen for sure. Okay, Rolling Vortex is... it's insane against us. Alright, so I'm a lot more excited about the Fairy when I know that my opponent is going to be jamming some Rolling Vortexes in there. Yeah, of course. Like that's a big part of it. Am I keeping this? We have to Fairy. I think I'm keeping this. Thank you for that. Follow the hoax there. Now the question is how am I sequencing? I think I'm going turn 1. No, I'm going turn 1 Breeding Pool. Turn 1 Breeding Pool tapped. Turn 2, because then if I draw Reclaimer I can play it, and then I can fetch for... probably... I'm so smart. And now we can fetch for the Jeskai Triumph. That's awesome for us too. Not sure if forcing private drafts YouTube is an option. I mostly can watch there with work. Yeah. I mean, I can just upload the drafts also, which is what I've been doing. Green, blue, blue, red, white. I could cycle, but I don't think I want to. Omnath. Just casually going up to 9. Casually going up to 9 life. You're dead, opponent. That's it. Just gonna get timely here. I could get Empyrean, but this seems better. And now we can Empyrean next turn. Bulky, I cut it. Like, it seemed really bad in this matchup, so I just cut it. This is just lethal, right? Because the Omnath triggers and deals 4 damage to them. So even though I'm only triggering for 18 with the Escape Shift, it's still lethal. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Yeah, I mean they just take 4 because of the we're gonna get the mana and the trigger from Omnath off of the lands and into the battlefield, so it was just fine. Like, it was whatever. Sweet, 2-0. All right, it's time for a rematch. We played against this Shadow player in the previous league. I think I like this keep. We're gonna go turn 1 Triumph, and we're kind of hoping for any untapped land. We have 2 turns because the idea is to explore them too. To explore them, I guess that we can't actually. Yeah, it just doesn't fit the curve. Kind of annoying. And take the Dryad. Is that because they want to grow Goyf? That's the only reason that would make sense to me. Like, Explore is just so much better against them. And Explore ramps me towards Supreme Verdict. So if they play Goyf here, then we know why it was. Like, my opponent was actually trying to grow the Tarmogoyf. Huh. Okay, so I guess I'm not gonna play Reclaimer this turn. Gonna go get a basic Plains. And now we can explore, and this makes it so if my opponent has Dismember, not only do we get to ramp, which is nice, but also if my opponent has Dismember, they can Dismember my Reclaimer in order to enable their shadows. Circular Shadow is a thing. I mean, my opponent's playing it, but from my opponent being playing it to it being a thing, there definitely is a stretch. Well, you're getting bounced, bro. You are getting bounced. Not bad, not bad. So I can play Steam Vents. I think I like that. So play Teferi first, so my opponent can't use their mana effectively here. We bounce the Shadow, and now we play a Reclaimer. And we're forcing my opponent to use their mana on their turn. Really nice how Teferi basically means that we get to play the game at our speed. And they can also just not kill the Reclaimer because they know about the verdict, but if they do that, then we just get to activate the Reclaimer, which is great for us. We also get to instant speed his Ring to Light. So we can have instant speed Valky, which is pretty hot. I guess we're just gonna Valky next turn. Probably not particularly easy for them to beat that card. Fairy just doing so much work right here. It's insane. Yeah, let's just go get Valky. Devolve time. Exiled. My opponent could like bolt this maybe. That's the only way. And if they don't have the lightning bolt, like they have this turn to have the bolt and that's it. Like call against command, I guess. 2 damage to any target. Sure. Another shadow. I guess that my stream is lagging. Yeah, I'm dropping frames. My moto is also lagging, so I'm assuming that it has to deal with my connection, maybe. Yeah, it seems like my stream dropped. But it's okay. We're continuing to roll with the for the YouTube folks. 1, 2. We don't have enough mountains as is. Assassin's Trophy helps. Let's get a mountain there. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. If we get to untap with Reclaimer, that's 5. Another triumph. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Could also cycle this triumph. If I cycle the triumph, if I find a dryad, I can win. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I guess that we can actually just trigger Valakut right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we can trigger Valakut right now if we wanted to. So I guess I want to do it on upkeep. 2, 3, 4, 5. Just get Sacred Foundry, or let's just get Temple Garden here. No, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I don't have to get Temple Garden. I needed to get something that triggers the freaking Valakut. Oh, what an idiot. Like, why did I get the Temple Garden there? I don't know. That was a weird thing to do. Not even sure why that happened. Why did I get that card there? Well, I mean, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. So I think that locks it up here. We don't have lethal this turn, but we have lethal next turn. What happened? I have no idea. Every now and then, like my connection just like goes, it just dies for whatever reason, and I just lose a bunch of viewers, and then it just comes back a second after. It takes like a minute or two for everything to like stabilize again. And then it does, and then that's it. Got a Lurrus opponent. I've been winning multiple matches so far. I've been winning multiple games thanks to just naturally like activating Reclaimer and just naturally getting up to Valakut. And then just killing my opponent thanks to Valakut triggers. Sure, I'm gonna kill you, dude. I don't need to kill you, dude, but I will. Definitely don't need to kill your dude. Face, yeah. Alright, Shadow. We want Purge. We want the Paths. We probably want Madcap, Empyrean. We don't want Rip Apart. What's up, Andrea? How's it going? And I'm fairly sure that I do not want Veil of Summer against the Shadow decks. The Fairy was so good that game. On the draw, I think it's going to be a lot worse, but it was absolutely amazing that game. I think I'm just going to cut the Reclaimers here. Let's try this strategy. We got the Reclaimers and we have all like impactful cards again in the matchup. Yeah, I mean, look at this. All impactful cards. Nothing but impactful cards. Mulligan. London Mulligan OP. Who called the Empyrean top deck? Metastable? You knew all along that Empyrean was right up top, just waiting for it. Just waiting to show its ugly face. Gonna be taking 2 here. This is my second match against this opponent, and we have not seen a Scourge yet. So I guess that we're gonna see it right now for the first time. I would love to find a path to exile. path. Omnath, the locust of creation. Thoughtseize. I imagine they take Omnath here. We really need to find an answer to that Scourge, though. I still have no idea what the white mana is for. My opponent has not played a white card in both matches. I have not seen a white card for them, so no idea what this is for. Path to exile one time. I guess I'll take a Wrath. I'll get a Supreme Verdict too. Supreme Verdict would probably be the best pickup here. Verdict. Okay. I guess I get a bunch of 3/3s. A bunch of 1/1s. Yeah, it could be Vanishing Verse. It could be Vanishing Verse. Which kills exactly 4 cards in my entire deck. Out of my entire deck, it kills exactly 4 cards and nothing else. Something tells me we're about to die to a TBR, aren't we? Maybe not. All right. Any land off the top. That's what we're looking for here. Any land whatsoever. Any land off the top. Any land off the top. Any untap land. Untap land? We chomp, we take lethal. Yep, you would have been nice. On the play, maybe we're veiling. We can cut Scape Shift. Gonna keep this one. Now that we cited out the Reclaimers, the Flagstones are just, you know, worse lands, I guess. So we're gonna go Ketria Triumph here. Then we're gonna go land. Okay. Explore. Okay, we're gonna keep this one and we're gonna get the Jeskai Triumph here. Jeskai Triumph. And now next turn we can potentially Omnath. Gonna go with the no blocks here. Now it will be a good question whether, like, if they play a big dude, which they do. Okay, so they play Escort, so I'm gonna path it. There's an argument for like, you know, holding on to the Omnath and like hoping that we get to trigger to game 4 and then the Scourge just dies, but like it's so risky if my Omnath dies somehow, so green, white, blue, red. So next turn we do get to trigger Bring to Light, which should get us Valky. Inquisition. Probably taking Dryad here. Dismember is gross. Dismember is gross. Guess I'm getting Valky here, and I'm just plussing. My opponent can potentially kill the Valky, but that is either gonna be a time walk or at least I get something out of the deal. Like I got a Hex Drinker and a Temple Garden, like at least I drew 2. They can probably Assassin's Trophy, which is what we're gonna see here. Yep. Man, the lag is real. Oh, Moto just gave up. Moto's just giving up on me. Moto, I know you can do this. Please don't have a bolt, have a push. Please don't have a bolt, have a push. They have nothing. So we die to TBR. I think I'm just gonna play my Temple Garden tapped, and I'm gonna say go. I guess I'm gonna level up once more, but I think I'm gonna be able to. I'm gonna be holding on to Veil of Summer. And I'm gonna be blocking the Swift Spear, I think. Again, we lose to TBR, but we can't beat TBR, so Okay, it's cool. Once again, I'm ending the game with a... Once again, I'm ending the game with a stupid Veil of Summer in my hand. Omnath is so sick. So now we get to gain life. We don't get to finish this up, but if we find another land. Oh, that's awesome. That is so awesome. That is so awesome. Four, and we don't even have enough, which is even better. I hate you, Veil of Summer. At this point, I think I just hate Veil of Summer. Am I just doing that? No, I'm not just doing that. How am I doing this? I think I have to chump with Omnath. And I'm gonna Veil on my opponent's end step. After they play the Lurrus, which they're probably gonna play. They're targeting me with the card. Here's Lurrus. God damn you, Veil of Summer. God damn you. Why did I not leave white mana there? Awkward. I mean, we have the Dryad, but like, it just kind of limits my options a little bit. And there was basically no reason for me to do that. I guess my opponent could... They know about the path because they bubbled me. So I'm thinking that my opponent could TBR the Lurrus. Okay, maybe they just don't have TBR. Maybe they just don't have Team of Battle Rage. I was gonna say they could TBR the Lurrus so they gain 6, which is kind of funny. Eight, yeah? Boom! We got revenge. We got revenge. 3-0. 3-0. Looking great. Alright, folks. Playing round number 4 against Trailovsky. His hand is super slow. His hand is super bad. Probably keeping this one and hoping that I find a green source. I guess green source or a white source should be good. Any green source or white source should be good. Bubble. Bubble. Sacred Foundry. Any land, please? Any land, please? Sigh of frustration. They're playing the Spike deck. It's kind of cute. Not sure how good it is. I didn't really look too much. I didn't really watch too much. I think that he was playing it yesterday or the day before. It's cute though. It's cute. It's playing brought back, comboing with Mesa and Bubble. I think that he's playing Mentor as the win condition. Can't remember. And it was playing Showdown of the Skulls, which actually combos nicely with brought back. Path sounds terrible. Let's bring in Purge. We bring in Dispute. Anger answers Mentor, but I don't think we care that much about Mentor. Maybe Rip Apart. Had a discussion with a friend a few days ago, and I know you're humble, but can be honest, are you the creator of the Green White Reclaimer deck? Yes, I am. I created the shell. But the original shell had Aether Vials. And then I think it was, I don't know if it was Will the first to cut he cut the vials and he added Path to Exiles instead and added Explorers. But I was we can say that I was the originator of the deck. How's this going? It's going well. I feel like the changes that I did for this league are pretty solid. I really like the fact that we have access to one more mountain. I've been just killing my opponents with natural Valakuts a lot, thanks to Reclaimer. So I like that a lot. Explorer seems significantly better than Remand by so much, it's not even funny. I honestly don't understand why the original list was playing Remand. I think I'm just gonna play Dispute, even though I know it's gonna be terrible. But none of the other cards in the... Maybe Bojuka Bog. Let's go with Bojuka Bog. Maybe that's better than Dispute. I like having access to the second Omnath instead of the second Scapeshift. That is pretty nice. Keeping this hand mostly because we're going to get to 3 mana before my opponent gets to 4. But I don't know anything about their deck. Again, like Spike was playing it the other day, but I didn't really watch. So he definitely is not playing... By the way, this is a Brazilian player, by the way. Like, I know him. I know him through Jose. So I know it's a him. But what I was saying is... Okay. Like, I'm assuming that he can't be playing something like Leon Arbiter, you know? Or maybe Mind Sensor is something that I should worry about. Now that I drew the bog, I'm gonna do this right now because that means that even if my opponent blows up my land, I still get to bring to light. And if we untap, like, if he taps out for a showdown or something like that, we just win, which is nice because we have the Scapeshift in him. But if he decides to go for a destroy your land instead, then we can bring to light for probably Valky. Probably Valky. Really like your auto plug. I'm gonna use it if it's okay, trying to get to affiliate until the end of the month. What's that? What do you mean by the auto plug? The MTG bot thing? Oh yeah. If you go to the MTG bot thing, like it has like all of the... MTG bot is great. It has all of the instructions there. And it really makes... It just makes things so much easier for streamers. Yeah. Exactly. And you can just choose how often do you wanna have that show up. I think I have it every like 15 or 20 minutes. I'm not entirely sure. Erase. Now that's a card. Wow. Can't cast that one. Gross. Green, white, red, blue. I think I can afford to take the damage here. I can't. There's no way I can die from 17. So I think I'm just gonna Valky and I'm just going to plus. Yes, my opponent's gonna get to kill the T-Vault, but hopefully I will get to draw 2 here. Yeah, that's great. And now next turn I'm gonna be able to Omnath plus do a bunch of things. Because my opponent is gonna need to use all of their resources to get rid of the T-Vault, otherwise we win with it. I have to say, Erase is kind of gross. I forgot this card existed. This one is actually from like Ursa's Legacy or Destiny or something. That's a bolt. Can you play the Drive from Exile? No. This only makes it so we can play cards exiled with Default. No, every card in exile. Yeah, ship. So yeah, exactly. What Alpinko is explaining right now. That's what happened. At one point, I was literally the last modern streamer, because even Spike, like Spike, Yama, Chief, everybody that is now streaming modern, everybody was just streaming Pioneer at that point. Red, white, green, blue. So we're gonna have I guess not enough mana, so we can use this turn to guarantee that we don't lose. Yeah, we have this turn to Wrath and guarantee that we don't lose, and then next turn we Dryad into Scapeshift for the win. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna get Sacred Foundry. No, let's do Temple Garden. Although I guess my opponent could have another Erase, or they could have... They don't have Path, because they would have Path the Omnath. But they could have another Erase, so I guess I want to resolve Teferi first. I definitely wanted Teferi first to guarantee that the Dryad is good to go. And then we can combo them out. We can combo out the next turn. Or I guess that we can just resolve it. Yeah, we just resolve Escape Shift, like straight up, and we deal 16 to them. Oh, this brings the cards back tapped. That's cute. Okay, so like the fairy's like the nuts against them. Because they have so many tricks with like brought back and shit, so... Just the fairy being in play, it's all sorts of... headaches for them. Hoping for no Avalanche Riders here. This is fine. Fulminator would be a problem. Blood Moon would be a problem. So now we're going to have to draw land in order to win. And it needs to be an untapped land too. Yeah. Remember when I said that Fulminator would be a problem? Shit. Oh no, we're fine because they tapped out. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Because we don't need 7 lands because we just go for Dryad instead of the Fairy. Like we're fine now. Yeah. Now that they are tapped out, Dryad Shift just went straight up. This is just. My opponent is deterministically dead. Does my opponent not know how this works? Yeah, you got it. Always yes, always yes, always yes, always yield. I think my line choice is incorrect. Winds of Heat Mountain is cooler than Roaring Triumph. Sure. Whatever makes you happy, my friend. Whatever makes you happy. Do we want Anger? I think I want Anger. And I don't want Purge. There is an argument for Rip Apart, but for cutting Rip Apart is what I mean. Can I do this again? I think I'm gonna keep it. Like this hand is just way too strong for me to pass up. I can't just ship this. I have seen Fulminators now. But still. That's nice. That's nice. Because that gives me flexibility, right? Now we can play around Fulminator and or Avalanche Riders. Because I'm not forced to fetch. So I think they're going to be brought back in their thing again here. So whenever you don't draw the brought back, like how do you ever win? Like does the deck actually do anything when you don't draw the brought back? Because my opponent all 3 times has gone turn 1 Sacred Foundry tapped go, right? That doesn't win matches in Modern. That simply does not win matches of Magic in Modern. So with that, What does that mean, you know? I think we're getting Kitria here. No, Rogarin. Oh no, Breeding Pool is the pick. Oh no, because we have green here, so I guess we want blue and red. Anything that has blue and red. So let's do Kitria. Blue, red, white, and green with the basic forest. We're gonna Teferi minus on the cat. Hopefully draw a land. Drawing a land would be great. That's a Wren. Fulminator would suck here. Fulminator would suck so much. And Avalanche Riders would be even worse. Like, Avalanche Riders is just insane. Avalanche Riders is so sick here. Wow. Avalanche Riders is unbeatable here. I just lose. I missed my land drop and I just lose now. There's nothing I can do. And I couldn't have played around it because I just missed my land drop forever. So we're just gonna lose another match to the same way. Like, I just lost games 1 and 3 exactly the same way. Just like never finding a land drop in the top 13 cards in my 31 land deck. $32 because I brought in Bojugabog and I didn't side out a land. So we have 32 lands right now in the deck. And we couldn't find the land on time. Okay, I'm over this. We are done. 3-1. Very unfortunate. I hate missing land drops so much, man. I don't think there's anything in existence that I hate more than missing land drops. That's why I play 32 lands in my deck, and when I still miss land drops, it just feels so terrible. Okay, let's see if we can get a 4-1. Alright, fighting for the 4-1 here. I think I'm keeping this hand. I don't love the presence of the Valky, but I think that this hand has enough business to be doing some cool stuff. Yeah, we're just gonna go for Reclaimer. If my opponent doesn't have a removal spell, we're doing really good here. No removal. Searing Blaze. Oh, it's Dredge. Okay. So the bog is in the sideboard. So I think we just explore. Explore into Reclaimer activation. Hopefully we can start Valakiting here. Okay. No. Opponent backs it in. Alright, so Bog is great, obviously. Empyrean. Is Empyrean good? I'm honestly not even sure that Empyrean is good. I guess we can see their sideboarding. The thing is that if they, I think I'm gonna bring it in now, and if my opponent doesn't bring Ancient Grudge, maybe we get to cheese out a win. But if they see it game 2, I'm just gonna take it out for game 3 because it's just way too easy for them to answer the Empyrean. The thing is that a bunch of my cards are just bad. Maybe we should play Rip Apart because of Leyline and Blood Moon. Sure. Let's keep this. Turn 1 Reclaimer, aka the nuts. Turn 1 Reclaimer, aka the nuts. Put a moves to 4. No! That's the worst draw step. That's the worst draw step, I tell you. They're jamming Inspiring Advantage? Yikes. I think I explore here. Perfect. Yeah, so now next turn we get to Ren plus explore, which is nice. Let's do Roguing Triumph. Something tells me we're gonna get that 4-1 here. Ren and Tix. Cathartic Reunion. Yikes. And a really bad one too. Opponent kind of can't catch a break over there. Blackstones. Well, that's game now. Should the game? We have lethal next turn. I guess I could have Blood Moon here. Reunion. Yeah, that just doesn't matter. It's just too late for that. Too late for that to matter. Yeah. Probably. Just adding a little bit of insult to injury, I guess. Face ya. My opponent backed it pretty quickly when they lost the previous game, but they're not conceding now, which I find interesting. Face ya. Yep. Alright, 4-1. I think I like the changes that I made a lot. I think I like those changes a lot. The more that I play with the deck, the more that I'm starting to realize a couple of play patterns and stuff, so I think that helping those play patterns is probably going to be an interesting idea. Definitely not sold on the path to exile versus Lightning Bolt. That is definitely an interesting argument. But as is, the mana base seems significantly better than the one that we played yesterday. Having access to the 11th Mountain plus an extra turn 1 green source for Reclaimer has felt pretty solid. And the second Omnath over the second Scapeshift, I think it's definitely a good idea. Like I like the presence of Omnath a lot. Renin 6 is in a weird spot. I still cannot pinpoint. Like, it has felt very good, but also it has felt sometimes unnecessary. But I think overall I've been pretty happy when I drew the Ren, which makes me think that there's a possibility of just adding more copies of Ren. And really quickly, I definitely wanted to touch on something that Dom Harvey, one of Lance Deck's heroes of the world. This is a list that he apparently went 4-0 with a prelim, like he posted on Twitter, which I thought was pretty cool. So basically we're cutting all the Reclaimers, and instead he's basically taking a similar approach to the one that I'm taking, where I was trying to go a little bit more towards Renin 6 and try to get value from this. His approach is a lot more like a control deck, so we see that we're playing all 4 Valakos because there's no Reclaimers, of course. And then we have the lands, and he doesn't have Flagstones at all, obviously, because he doesn't have Reclaimer, so there's no need to be playing Flagstones, which actually allows you to make a significantly easier mana base, because you don't have these like stupid white sources that don't do anything, and you also don't need to force your mana base in such a way that prioritizes playing plains, so you can play hopefully more actual mountains. And we see that Dom here is playing 10 mountains. Again, I feel like I would like access to 1 or 2 more, but like with him going up to the full 4 copies of Renin 6, you really want to find a fetch land. Another thing that I've been kind of considering is potentially Growth Spiral. Growth Spiral is another card that seems very, very interesting to me. So instead of extra ramp, what Dom is going with is just extra removal spells, which they are, they allow you to hit your land drops by you just not dying. So this is definitely an approach that I'm going to be thinking of, and I'm going to hopefully experiment with on stream as well. The sideboard seems a little bit all over the place, but again, like this kind of decks are very much all over the place in the early stages when you're just trying to figure out what you're good against, what you're bad against, etc. But yeah, I'm super into this. Like this is definitely this feels definitely more powerful than the green-white Reclaimer deck that I was working on before. So I feel like if you wanted to have a Reclaimer deck that is a little bit more powerful, this probably may be the way to go. All right, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And if you enjoyed the content, of course, leave me a comment down below. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, folks.